Are you questioning if your suffering will ever have a meaning when you find yourself broken by the demands of life? We will explore the great lessons of Miyamoto Musashi in this video to show just how to get back stronger and transform your most intense suffering into unbreakable might. Step 1. Embrace the pain. A necessary aspect of life, pain comes from many sources including heartache, failure, loss, or betrayal. Overcoming it is mostly dependent on embracing it instead of running away. Renowned Japanese warrior and philosopher Miyamoto Musashi thought there was more than one road to the summit of the mountain. The first step is to face suffering, not numbs it or run away from. Embracing pain helps one to recover power over it and transform it from a control into a teacher. Musashi battled his life knowing that suffering sharpens the blade of character. He developed his mental strength and swordsmanship by welcoming difficulty. Often in modern times, people look for distractions to escape suffering, yet this can lead to traps. Like Musashi, true fighters chose presence above avoidance and examined their suffering to get clarity and change. Accepting suffering helps us to know where it comes from and what messages it carries. It exposes our actual values and points up areas for development. Growing starts at the brink of discomfort. When we embrace it, we become its master and rise from it not broken but rejuvenated. Start your journey toward warrior by first sitting with your suffering rather than trying to heal it. Let it to lead you, you will climb. Warriors emerge and transform suffering into power this way. Step 2. Find meaning in your suffering to fuel your purpose. Torture is pain without direction, but suffering with intention is transformation. Finding purpose in your pain can help you to transform what broke you into something that strengthens you. Miyamoto Musashi said, "Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye." In pain, frequently the underlying lesson, the deeper reason, the inner change is invisible. You have to get your mind trained to hunt for that deeper truth. Then your suffering will be more useful. Our options are two when we suffer. Why me, we might wonder. Alternatively, we could wonder, what is this trying to teach me? The first question brings about victimhood. The second question results in power. Musashi lost a great deal in his lifetime. Young age saw him lose his parents. Living as a lone warrior, under continual danger, he was always on motion. Still, he made his suffering wisdom. He created the way of strategy as a philosophy for conquering life itself as much as a manual for fight. You may similarly take your suffering and give it purpose. That depressive state you went through? It developed your sensitivity to other people. That company you went out of? It helped you to be resilient. That rejection you came upon? It helped you to see your value. Writing in Man's Search for Meaning, Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl said, "Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how." Giving your sorrow a purpose and allowing it to guide your work becomes its fuel. You stop wondering why it happened and begin to consider what you might use it for. Let your suffering propel you. Let it turn into the flames sparking your enthusiasm. Let your worst days reveal the things really important. Every obstacle, according to Musashi, tested character. He desired insight, not solace. And he discovered it by introspection and goal-oriented thinking. So pay attention to your suffering. Avoid squandering it. Let it not pass without turning into anything significant. Choose what it will represent. Let it propel your mission, your development, your future. When pain serves a purpose, it no longer destroys, it rises. You rise this way. Step 3. Use your struggles as fuel to grow mentally and emotionally. Growth occurs from mental and emotional suffering as much as from physical one. The idea of, today is victory over yourself of yesterday, tomorrow is your victory over lesser men, by Miyamoto Musashi underlines that the aim is not to conquer the world but rather to fight your former self, thus strengthening, smarter, and more resilient every day. Though they are challenges, struggles are the very elements that enable this development. Under adversity, the mind is stretched, emotions are tried, and one starts to doubt their beliefs, value, and really desired outcome. This questioning is a gift since it helps you to destroy your old identity so you may reconstruct something better. Emotional scars have imparted to you patience, bravery, and the capacity for letdown. Discipline is the link between struggle and development. Every failure helps you to learn how to win. Every time you emerge from a difficult event, you layer your character. Emotional resilience is created in the furnace of adversity. See your challenges as training, like to a warrior in the dojo, and use them to transcend your past. Your challenges ultimately expose you and help you to become the person you were supposed to be, not to break you. Get rising knowing this. Step 4. Transform pain into action. Turning pain into action is absolutely vital since it can become poison without action. The lessons of Miyamoto Musashi stress the need of honor, which is connected with action, though it should motivate you rather than paralysis you from pain. Starting initiatives you've been reluctant to explore, visiting the gym while your mind is consumed with loss, or building anything from the ashes, such as art, business, or service, turning agony into action. Musashi's suffering became output, his losses became legacy. To get beyond suffering, do not only consider it, also act. Direct that emotional energy toward advancement, therefore ending the cycle of hopelessness. Small or bold, action can be creating a new city or launching something fresh. Give suffering your direction to become something more. Stop waiting for inspiration. Let your acts define you. Let the suffering not define you. Not waiting for the suffering to pass, Musashi brought calm by mastery. Begin to move, work, and create. Let progress silence uncertainty. Let your actions shout, "I'm not done yet." By action in every breath and step, turn your suffering into power. That is the military approach. Step 5. Let every scar remind you of your strength. Scars do not indicate weakness. They provide evidence that you survived. You suffered. That you continued when most would have given up. You have to let every scar remind you of your power if you want to grow stronger. Man who fought many fights and came out victorious, Miyamoto Musashi carried both obvious and invisible wounds. Still, he carried with honor rather than hiding them. Scars, to Musashi, were badges of experience, indicators of having battled the storm and lived to tell the story, not defects. He penned, "Do not fear death, but rather the unlived life." In this sense, every hurt you have experienced is a natural part of the life you have completely lived. The ink of your tale is your emotional and physical wounds. They claim, "I was present. I continued. I overcome." Many people therefore try to keep their suffering secret. They mask themselves. They act as though they are not damaged. The strongest among us, however, are those who are unreserved in showing their wounds since they know what they have experienced to merit them. They are not those who seem perfect. Consider each difficult event you have gone through. Heartbreaks, mistakes, betrayals, losses. Everyone left their mark. And yet you are still here. You still breathe. You still fight. Strength is what you are exhibiting. That is perseverance. Let your scars motivate you rather than cause you shame. Let them remind you of your distance of progress. Let them quiet the voice declaring your weakness. You still stand, hence you are not weak. You are therefore incredibly strong, beyond measure. Musashi lived in a period when everyday struggle included survival itself. His scars become knowledge. His suffering turned into a poetry. The basis of the fabled Book of 5 Rings arose from his injuries. He rose smarter than simply stronger. You are able to do this. Every scar you bear tells you, "I've been through hell and I didn't give up." Looking in the mirror, you will see the warrior who went through it rather than the suffering. Pride in wearing your scars will help tell your tale with bravery. Let your brokenness reflect your power. More people authentic, raw, and resilient are needed in the world. That individual is yours. Be the one that got up stronger. Step 6. Help others with your story. Your suffering has not only been personal. Helping others with your story is one of the best ways you may turn suffering into power. Your scars, your lessons, your path, these can become a lighthouse for someone else trapped in the shadows. Near the close of his life, Miyamoto Musashi withdrew to write the Book of 5 Rings from a cave. By doing this, he turned a life of battle, suffering, and loss into a gift of ageless knowledge. For millennia, that book has motivated leaders, fighters, and intellectuals. He told his narrative to others, not to himself. and therefore must you as well. Perfectness is not necessary to motivate others. You only have to be sincere. Someone else exists suffering with the same agony you have conquered. Their survival manual might be your narrative. Perhaps their turning point is your truth. Speaking your truth helps you heal as well. Expression releases one from bondage. It gives the pain significance and pulls it from the shadows. Others start to realize what is possible as you start to recognize how far you have come. Musashi thought of giving back in writing, mentoring, teaching, and swordsmanship as well as other ways. Respect Buddha and the gods, he continued, without counting on their help. Stated differently, be your own rescuer then assist others in need. Instead than waiting for a miracle, became one. Perhaps your method of serving others is through discussion. Perhaps via writing, creating, coaching, volunteering, or just plain presence. Tell your tale like a healing river, flowing into someone else's life, whatever your media. A person who has converted their suffering into purpose and now uses that purpose to uplift others has the greatest power. These are the actual fighters of the world. Those who enable others to conquer themselves rather than those who subjugate others. You rise much higher when you enable others to rise. When you utilize your suffering to uplift others, its power grows. Never undervalue the ways in which your integrity could transform a life. Accordingly, share and connect. You are not alone. Moreover, you do not have to let others experience loneliness either. Allow your scars to convey power. Let your path be illuminated by your trip. Pain turns into power this way. Warriors leave a legacy this way. Step 7. Visualize who you want to become and take bold steps daily. See who you want to be and daily act boldly to turn suffering into power. Healing is about laying a future worth fighting for, not only about the past. Living with great clarity, Miyamoto Musashi said that today's training is meant to combat tomorrow's stupidity. Every day presents an opportunity for you to develop personally, train your intellect, and become one step closer to the person you wish to be. See the you who has already emerged from the suffering. Clutch that vision and let it direct your behavior. Every decision you make, food, ideas, people you hang around with, or how you spend your time, moves you either toward or away from it. You only need to make big, consistent steps. You don't have to leap great distances every day. Start a book, have a conversation, say no to what saps you, say yes to what develops you, take a risk, pick a skill, develop the discipline. Practicing boldness helps you to develop this inclination more naturally. Every day offers an opportunity to recover your story, mold your destiny, and choose power over inertia. See your future self as though your life depended on it. Then act with power, move with intention, and ascend often and repeatedly. Recall that the warrior within of you just needs to be released.